However, CMHA does have a website that advertises people's properties. So get on that and that'll help. The housing list is what it's called. You can list your properties there, but you've got to remember, you must have a tenant first before you can start any process. Always. So your house cannot be approved prior to having a tenant. Although you're on the housing list, you must remember that your home is not yet qualified until it's been inspected by CMHA. You may also advertise in, say, the grocery store, on the internet, property sites, and you can post a sign pretty much anywhere you want to, just as long as you're willing to let them know that you accept Section 8 and you're golden.
Wow, this is pretty easy so far. Mm-hmm. But, one more thing I want to know about. Does Section 8 screen applicants for us, or do we have to screen them ourselves?
That is a great question, and this is a huge misnomer too. The short answer, it depends on how you define screen. CMHA screens for their program, but you as a landlord have to screen for your own concerns. Just make sure that you don't do anything for any Section 8 client that you wouldn't do for anyone who's not a Section 8 client. Now for me, wow, I can remember when I was brand new, inexperienced, frustrations, relying too heavily on screening. Frankly, that's what I did. I had the script flipped around on me so many times. I mean, it can give you false hope if you bring too many things into the picture that don't apply. Past landlords are important to look at. Don't reference so many other things that you get yourself dizzy. A cell phone problem isn't really a big issue. The thing is that history matters when it's your history as a landlord. Let the history of how they pay or how much they earn or whatever, let that be taken care of by CMHA. That's who's going to set their amount anyway. So while CMHA does not screen your tenant for the property, they do qualify eligible candidates for the program, and they require them to be abiding by their lease obligations. Another benefit that attracted me personally was that I liked dealing with tenants that had as much to lose as I did. Having such a powerful team in your corner, it really does put you in a good position. But if you do run into a situation where someone had moved out and highly abused your property, and it can happen, they stand to lose their voucher. Now, that's a good thing. No one wants to lose their voucher, so they're probably going to treat you well. I actually haven't had too many issues when I was first joining the program. But personally, I love the steps that they have to go through in order to stay in line with CMHA. They have to send you and their caseworkers a certified 30-day moving notice, for instance. Now, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. Where in the regular market are you going to find that kind of security? You're not. That's what I'm talking about.
Okay, so if we screen an applicant and we don't like the credit report, have a bad gut feeling, or we don't get good referrals, I mean, do we have to take any Section 8 participant that applies, or do we have the option of saying no?
Well, it's your property. Outside of discriminating against race and class, no one can tell you who you can and can't move into your property. You have your gut feeling, so go with them. Look at past eviction notices, things that are negative, things that are a pattern. Past employers, yeah, but job history is almost irrelevant. I wouldn't put a lot on it. CMHA will immediately adjust rent according to the participant's job status. That's where they take over and do their job.
Got it. Got it. I see why you're so successful. Okay, so when we do actually find a family that we want to rent to, what's the next step? Do we get it inspected or what?
Well, not just yet. There's some paperwork you still have to do first. Let's not jump ahead too far. I'll start with the step before finding a family. First, you must complete the request for tenancy approval packet, which is available from the tenant. And be sure to attach a copy of the unsigned lease that you want to use. Unless they have this information, CMHA will not be able to accept the packet. If you don't know all of your property information, well, you can get on and look at it online. Look at the Franklin County Auditor's website. There are some basic requirements that every family dwelling should have. For instance, every house or apartment must have at least a living room, kitchen, and bathroom. A one-room efficiency apartment with a kitchen area is fine, but there must be a separate bathroom for private use for your guests. Generally, there must be one sleeping